Welcome to T.O.L Studios, and today in Lesson 2 we're going to revisit what we talked about in Lesson 1, and that was some basic drum patterns that we can play, and we did those at a slow speed. Today I'm going to show you in this lesson how to start speeding those up, which means we're going to play to what we call as a metronome, which is the good old clicker that everybody loves to play to. But in all seriousness, you should get used to it. It's what's going to keep your timing very solid, and as a drummer, it's what you have to be. You're the one that keeps the timing for the song. Every instrument should play to them, though. So what a clicker does, or the metronome, and I've got this set at 60. That's basically counting quarter notes, which is going to be what we were doing with our hi-hats. Okay, so I'm basically just setting that up like I was showing you in Lesson 1 what the hi-hats are doing. Now we're going to take example 1, which is the one that went kick, snare. And it alternated, and it would sound like this. At 60, that's going to give us kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. If I count, 1, 2, 3, 4. Kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. If you can kind of tell, I got ahead of it just a little there. So kind of just try to set back in. If I get too far out, I'll stop for a second, kind of hear it again. That way I can kind of start my hi-hats, make sure I'm to the click. Kick, snare, kick, snare. And that's what I'm trying to do when I play, is make sure that I don't feel like I'm going like, and kind of starting to rush the hi-hat or the snare or the kick, making sure they all stay linked up. Nice and together, again, not going, and then, like if you could tell there, I was a little behind the beat, and it wasn't much, but that's what can slow a song down or speed it up. You want to keep it again, kick, snare, kick, snare, not going like kick, snare, kick, snare. And if you could catch that, I hit the snare a little too quick. Okay, now that's at 60. Normally what I do is I go up in sets of 10, and I will play that for several minutes at a certain speed. Then if I get that right, I'll go up 10. So I'm going to be at 70. And I also jot things down in my practice books. I write down the date and like the speed that I'm at. So that way when I stop for the day, I kind of have it all what I call my top out speed. The last speed that I played everything at, really consistent before it got sloppy. And then that's what I finish at. So the next time I practice, I can kind of continue where I left off. So this would be 70, the same example. I'm just going to do a few so you can kind of get the idea of speed or tempo. So again, there's our hi-hats. Same one, example 1. The same goal, I'm trying to keep everything together, not the snare going too quick or being a little late. Like in this case, I'm going kick, snare. I don't want kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. If you could catch that, I got a little bit behind on the kick. So you want to keep that kick, snare, kick. If I'm counting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now that's 70. This is going to be 80. Same goal. Kick, snare, kick, snare. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kick, snare, kick, snare. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I'm going to go a little quicker just so you can kind of get the general idea of all these different speeds. Again, I would go a little slower and stay on it longer, which is what I suggest. This would be 90. So that's, and just watch how this same drum beat starts to sound different as we go faster. So, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kick, snare, kick, snare. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that also is a drum beat. As you get it up into those tempos, you'll hear that in a lot of songs. Okay, same one, example one. Here's 100 to give you an idea. So, kick, 2, 3. Again, going kick, snap, 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 kick, snap. 1, 2, 3. And the same thing applies. I'm trying to keep everything together, not speeding up the snare like 2, 3. And if you catch that, I sped up a little bit, just keeping that alternate kick, snap, kick, snap, kick, snap, kick, snap. Okay, I'll go one more so you kind of get an idea. Here's 110. So kick, snap, kick, snap, kick, snap, kick, snap, kick, snap, kick, snap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, kick, snap. Okay, so now I'm going to go back slow again. I'm going to start this time, we'll go 70, and I'm going to do example 2. I'm going to go a little bit quicker through this one, but the same general idea. When you practice, you should go as slow as you need to, and I suggest going up 10s as you speed up, and stay on as long as you need to. But here's 70, this will be example 2, which is the one where you go on the quicker kick. Meaning kick, kick, snap, kick, snap, kick, kick, snap, kick, snap, kick, kick, snap, kick, snap. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. And again, I'd play this as long as you need to. Your same goal, keeping it consistent. You're adding an extra kick, which is faster, so sometimes it can get sloppy. It might come out sounding like when you play it, like that's what it should be. Maybe going like, or maybe like, in each case, the first one I did was too fast, the second was too slow. Instead of keeping it nice and even, going kick, kick, snap, kick, snap. Kick, snap, kick, snap. So the same thing, I would tell you to stay on that as long as it takes to play over and over. Okay, I'm going to go, I know I said go up 10s, I'm going to go a little faster this time. Here's 90, that same drum rhythm. So again, there's the quarter notes. And I'm still doing example 2, which is going to be kick, kick, snap, kick, snap. Okay, I'll go up 20 more, so here's going to be 110, still example 2. There's your quarter notes, hi-hats on the quarter note. Again, going kick, kick, snap, kick, snap, kick, kick, snap, kick, snap. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Kick, kick, snap, kick, snap. Now again, I would sit on those and have fun when you do it. Okay, I'm going to go back to 70, and this would be example 3 from lesson 1, and that's the one where we had it, the faster kicks at the end going. Okay, so at this speed or this tempo, here's our quarter notes for the hi-hats. So going kick, snap, kick, kick, snap, kick, snare, kick, kick, snap, kick, snare, kick, snare. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare. Okay, so if I took that one up to 90, same example. Your hi-hats. So kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, kick, took that up to 110, which is going up 20 again, which I normally said go up 10. There's your hi-hats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 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 Okay, I'm going to go back to 70. This will be example 4, which was the and that's me going kick, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. If I do that same example, which is number 4 at 90. Here's 110. Okay, so our hi-hats. Okay, if I go back to 70, this is going to be example number 5, and this is the one where we're going kind of like the original one, but we're going to stick the extra kick, so it's going to go right after the first snare. So again, I'm hitting the kick and the snare both with the hi-hat. Then I'm putting the extra kick between, so kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, kick. So I'm not hitting that extra kick with that hi-hat. Kick, snare, kick, kick. Okay, so at 70, there's our hi-hat. Kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare. If I take that same example to 90, there's our quarter notes. Kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 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 Kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, if I take that up one more to 110, that's going to give us our hi-hats. Kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. I don't know if you could tell, I kind of just sped up by accident there on my kick a little. So the same thing, we're trying to keep these all in the right spot, so if something gets off, sometimes stop, let the clicker keep going, settle back in, and back to kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, so now I'm going to go back to 70, and I'm going to go to example 6, which was from our first lesson. And same kind of a thing, except for we're kick, snare, and then that extra kick's going to go after that second snare, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, kick. Or together now, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So at 70, hey, what do you know? So kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Okay, if I take that to 90, same example. Here's our hi-hats. Kick, snap, 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 kick, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 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 kick, snap, kick, snap, kick, kick, snap, kick, snap, kick, kick, snap, kick, snap, kick, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Sorry about the extra snare in there. Okay, 110, the same example. That's going to put us, there's our hi-hats again. Kick, snap, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, then our last example, which would have been number 7 at 70, and this is a kind of a combination of the two, so you've got it going kick, snap, and kick, snap, kick, snap, kick, snap, kick, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. Okay, so if you kind of notice on that one too, because it's tricky, but once you start playing that, it's like you're playing the same thing over and over, meaning kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, kick. If I count it, so that 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick. But that's a great example why you should be counting as a drummer, because if you just think you're sitting here going, and you're not paying attention, at some point you need to know where you're at. Because if you're thinking you're on 1 and you're actually on the 3rd count and the guitar player's doing something else, you're not going to be in the right spot. So even if it's the same, you should be counting. Okay, so here's 70 for that one. Here's our hi-hats again. And then the same one going kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick. Okay, so the same one at 90. Again, our hi-hats. Okay, here would be our 110. Same example 7. So here's the hi-hat. Okay, so that gives you a couple different tempos to kind of take the examples that we've played at. And again, just kind of practice those at different speeds. So I'm going to end that lesson for today. Our next one, we're going to look at linking those together. Thank you for watching T.O.L Studios, and have fun practicing, and we'll see you on the third lesson.